And baby, that is why we are here. I have Earl Watson. I have Isiah Thomas, the champion Hall of Famer. That last series, I'm really just excited right now. This is live TV. Let me contain myself. Miami takes the loss to the Milwaukee Bucks. Middleton's last-second shot secures the victory. Defense by Holiday. Zeke, just your takeaway from this game right here with Milwaukee getting the victory in Game 1.
You know, Milwaukee, they toughed it out, but Miami gave them everything that they could handle. And they made big shots at the end of the game. But if I'm Milwaukee right now, I'm relieved that we won. But I'm saying to myself, there's a lot of work we got to do for Game 2 to free ourselves to get better looks, because Miami did a great job defensively, but Milwaukee came up with better individual personal plays.
And we talk about this late game execution. We're going to talk about that later on, talking about Giannis and his missing of the free throws. Talk about that, but let's celebrate what Milwaukee did, especially someone like Jrue Holiday. Some people out there question, why did they give him this big extension? But he made big plays down the stretch, the steal in the bucket, and then the defensive play to seal the victory.
They needed Jrue Holiday. They need that point guard play down the stretch. Defensively, he was in Dragic. Got his pocket twice, went 2 times in fast break. 1 time he turned it over, 2nd time he got a layup. He's always in the right place at the right time, and he gives them a different look, meaning you have Middleton who can take you 2 to 3 bounces off and score. You got Jrue Holiday who can continue to bounce and hit you with a step back, get to the rim, shoot the 3, and on defense he can take anyone on the perimeter. So he separates himself in that point guard position.
His value on offense is great, but it is immeasurable when it comes to the defensive side of the ball. And I talked about that earlier. They spoke about it as well. And Zeke, you were talking about this. Actually, when we went off air, you two were talking about how
the defender coming out, ref, I'm showing you my high hands, right? Chop, chop, chop. I'm not going to run into the offensive player. I'm going to retain my balance. And then as that offensive player goes up to shoot, he's a right-hander. So now I got a left-hand challenge. I can avoid the body contact, block the shot, fly, bam, boom, game over. That is textbook perfect defense. You can't fake me because there's not enough time. So I know when that offensive player gets the basketball, he's got to go up and shoot. So therefore, I can challenge. That was perfect. It was mentally sound and it was physically sound. That's how you play defense at the end of the game, and that's why you got the stop and the block and the game over. Now, we'll interview and talk to all the offensive players, but that's the guy we should be talking to.
Well, hey, hopefully we will get a chance to hear from him. And everybody talks about the offense, which gets his due, but defensively, you definitely have to be able to play defense at a very high level if you expect to win that championship.
Yeah, and look at Jrue. He's from UCLA, Zeke, so that's what
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
So perfectly. That's where he learned it. But this is going to be a defensive battle. I think this is a 7-game series. It's going to be a defensive battle every game. And if I'm the Miami Heat, I'm walking into the locker room, and I'm saying exactly what Isiah just said. And then I'm saying we just ran out of time. We didn't lose. So coming to the second game, keep the confidence high. What they have to do is they have to rebound and control the boards, the Heat. Because if not, you have Giannis in there, you have Lopez in there that's going to dominate for second chance points, second chance opportunities, and you cannot allow that. So you have to gang rebound, meaning all 5 players have to come in, at least hit a guy, jump with a guy, get scrappy in the paint.
Looking at Miami, they did get out-rebounded by the Bucks today. Bucks had 64 total rebounds to Miami's 51. However, Miami shot the lights out from 3, a franchise playoff record, 20 made threes, which is outstanding. But let's continue to talk about the Bucks because you have Khris Middleton, 3 for 6 all time when it comes to making buckets in clutch time. He hits this game winner today. And Z, coming back to you, we've witnessed him go from a G League player to being an all-star max caliber player. Now, his playoff lack of success has been brought up at different times. However, what can this do for his confidence and the team's confidence moving forward?
Well, it does a lot for his confidence. As anytime you make a game-winning shot at the end of the game, fixed shot, tough shot to make at the end of the game. However, if you're the Miami Heat, you're saying, okay, I can correct that. I'll live with that. I didn't get beat by a play that there was a breakdown or there was a mental, somebody set a screen, back screen, something that I hadn't seen before. I got beat on a one-on-one move where a guy beat me and made a jump shot. Now, can I correct that? Absolutely, I can correct that. So that's what Miami is going to be thinking now. Okay, how do we correct these little individual things that we did wrong to allow the offensive player to have an advantage? And Middleton had an advantage, went right hand, jumped, knocked the shot down.
Earl, looking at Giannis, we saw that play late in the game. Him and Jimmy Butler essentially get injured at the same time. Giannis has the elbow problem on his left arm. Do you think this is something that's going to maybe affect him moving on in this series?
No, I don't think so. I think you have bumps and bruises. This is going to be a physical series. So you come into each game, anything's possible. Just so you can run. I think at this point in the season, a lot of players are hurt. So as long as you're not injured, you're okay to go out there and compete. But down the stretch, he has to make those free throws. Isiah pointed out the Hall of Fame point guard, the line is best.
And Zeke, and Earl, I'm glad that you brought that up because Zeke was up here counting it out as we were watching that late game scenario play out. And shouts out to Caron Butler, our former teammate here at NBA TV. He was actually calling it out and got the ref to call that 10-second call, which is rare to see. But Zeke, what did you see from Giannis late in the game? And we just touched on, but what did you see specifically when he's counting different times? How does that affect him and his rhythm?
Well, it affects your rhythm because he's used to having 6 bounces at the foul line. Then he went from 6 to 5. And then at one point in time, he went to 4. And then one time, I think he went to like 2. So when they called that 10-second violation of him, now it forced him to change his rhythm. And when he changed his rhythm, he missed a couple of free throws. But what he was able to still do, he was still able to get his form correct. All Giannis needs to do is go to 3 bounces. You play the game in rhythm. The game is played rhythms, A, B, C. You play music in rhythms, 1, 2, 3. So when you're looking to get in rhythm, and you hear players say a lot, hey, we was out of rhythm. You either play on a 2 count, you play on a 3 count, or if you're James Brown, you play on the 1. And if Giannis can get to a 3 count from the foul line, which most players do, and when you watch Kyrie Irving at the foul line, 92% this year, 1, 2, 3, and then he do his little dance, right? Kyrie will do a little dance, he'll bounce it, do a little dance. Durant do his, then he'll get a little shimmy. So everybody's got their rhythm that you're trying to get into, and you play on the beat. And right now, Giannis on the foul line, he's gotten much better, but now he just got to get his rhythm and get his beat right to get in line with the rhythm of the game. Because right now, he's out of rhythm on the foul line because he plays on a 1, 2, or sometimes a 3 count on offense. Very rarely is he playing on a 6 count. On the foul line, he goes and he plays on a 6 count. That's what makes him struggle.
I love that Zeke is here breaking it down with the music analogies. In the fourth quarter, 5 for 9 from the free throw line for the game, 6 for 13. That was Giannis, finished with 27.